My family replaced me. They threw me out of my own home. Not strangers. Not some abusive in-laws. But the very people I raised, the ones I built my entire life around. And the most painful part? It wasn't just my husband. It was my children too. Not stepchildren. My own biological kids. The ones I carried in my womb. Held through fevers. Fasted just to make sure they ate. They looked at their stepmother's young, perfect face and decided she was a better mother than I ever was, and now, they call her Mom. Acting like I'm some burden they're embarrassed to be related to. And when life came crashing down, when I needed them most, they were gone. This is my story. While we're at it, go ahead, tap that like button, subscribe, drop a comment and share. I am Vivienne. For 16 years, I was a devoted wife and mother. I built my life around one simple belief: if you sacrifice everything for your family, if you love your children unconditionally, they will always choose you. I was wrong. At 54, I'm completely alone. My ex-husband lives in the house I decorated with the woman who stole my life. My 3 biological children call her Mom now and treat me like an inconvenient reminder of their father's past. But here's what they don't know: losing everything taught me what real family actually looks like. And it's not the people who share your DNA. Let me tell you how I learned that being a biological mother means nothing if your children decide someone else deserves that title more. 16 years ago, I thought I had the perfect life. Beautiful house in the suburbs, successful husband named Dorian, and 3 amazing children. Ophelia was my firstborn. A spirited little girl who inherited my creativity and her father's determination. I spent hours braiding her hair, teaching her to paint, reading bedtime stories. Jasper came 2 years later. My sensitive boy who loved books and building elaborate Lego cities. He would curl up in my lap every night while I read to him. Indigo was my baby, born when Ophelia was 7 and Jasper was 5. She was the sweetest child. Always wanting to help in the kitchen, always bringing me flowers she picked from the garden. I was their world. They came to me with scraped knees, bad dreams, first crushes, and fears about growing up. Dorian worked long hours building his business, so I was the one who was always there. Soccer practice, dance recitals, school plays, parent-teacher conferences, I never missed anything. I volunteered at their schools, organized birthday parties, made Halloween costumes from scratch. I thought we were unbreakable. The first sign of trouble was when Dorian started working even longer hours. Business trips that lasted weeks. Late nights that became routine. The company is expanding, he'd say. This is temporary. But temporary stretched into months, then years. I was essentially a single mother raising 3 children while married to a ghost. When he was home, he was distracted. Always on his phone, always stressed about work, always finding reasons to leave again. I started feeling lonely in my own marriage, but I focused on the children. They needed me. They loved me. That was enough. Until the day it wasn't. I found out about Celeste by accident. Dorian left his laptop open, and I saw the messages. Not just work emails. Love letters. Hotel reservations. Photos of them together at conferences I thought were business trips. She was 28. Beautiful. Ambitious. Everything I used to be before I gave up my career to raise his children. When I confronted him, he didn't even try to deny it. I want a divorce, he said simply. You're leaving me for her? I'm leaving because I'm not happy anymore. Celeste has nothing to do with this. Celeste has everything to do with this. You've changed, Vivienne. You're not the woman I married. I became a mother. I became the woman you needed me to be. And now I need something different. The divorce was brutal. Dorian had money for the best lawyers. I had a part-time job at an art studio and whatever savings I could access. But I wasn't worried about the custody arrangement. These were my children. They loved me. They needed me. How naive I was. Dorian moved into a stunning penthouse with Celeste. Suddenly my children were spending weekends in luxury, designer clothes, expensive outings, a stepmother who had unlimited time and resources to spoil them. Celeste didn't just try to replace me. She tried to upgrade me. Where I packed simple lunches, she sent them to school with gourmet meals. Where I helped with homework at our kitchen table, she hired private tutors. Where I took them to local museums and parks, she took them on weekend trips to exotic locations. And slowly, insidiously, I started losing them. It started with small things. Ophelia, now 15, began comparing everything I did to what Celeste did. Celeste knows how to do French braids better. Celeste's house has a pool. Celeste says I'm mature enough to wear makeup. Jasper, 13, started spending more time at his father's place. Dad's house has better Wi-Fi for gaming. Celeste understands my anxiety better than you do. Can I live there during the school week? It's closer to my friends. Indigo was only 9, but even she began pulling away. Why doesn't our house look like Daddy's house? Celeste lets me stay up later. Celeste says I don't have to clean my room every day. Every conversation became a comparison where I lost. The moment that broke me happened on Mother's Day 2 years after the divorce. I had planned a special day, brunch at their favorite restaurant, a movie, ice cream afterward. Simple, but traditions we'd built together. At 8 a.m., Ophelia called. Mom, I'm really sorry, but we can't make it today. What do you mean? It's Mother's Day. We always spend Mother's Day together. Celeste planned this amazing surprise trip. We're going to the beach house for the weekend. But, it's my weekend. It's Mother's Day. I know, but this is really special. Celeste worked really hard to plan it. And what about me? What about the plans we made? We can celebrate next weekend. Next weekend isn't Mother's Day. Mom, don't be selfish. We'll see you soon. She hung up on me. I spent Mother's Day alone in my apartment, looking at their social media posts of the perfect family day, with their stepmother. The caption on Ophelia's Instagram read, "Best Mother's Day ever with my amazing mom." She was talking about Celeste. A month later, Jasper asked to move in with his father permanently. It's not about you, Mom. It's just easier there. Easier how? Celeste doesn't make me do as many chores. And she's helping me with college applications. I can help you with college applications. She went to Harvard. She knows what admissions officers want. 6 months later, Indigo made the same request. Celeste said I could redecorate my room any way I want. And she's going to teach me photography. I'm an artist. I can teach you photography. But Celeste has professional equipment. By the time I was 52, all 3 of my children lived with their father and stepmother full-time. I became the weekend visitor in their lives. But even weekends started disappearing. Sorry Mom, I have plans with friends. Celeste is taking us shopping. We have a family vacation planned. Family. They called it family. The 4 of them. No room for me. I started seeing them maybe once a month. Then holidays only. Then not even holidays. Last Christmas, Ophelia posted photos of their family Christmas morning. 4 people around a beautiful tree. The caption, nothing better than Christmas morning with family. I wasn't invited. When I needed gallbladder surgery last year, I realized how completely they'd erased me from their lives. Sitting in that hospital bed before the operation, I called each of my children. Ophelia didn't answer. Sent a text, at work. Is it urgent? I'm having surgery tomorrow. Oh. Are you okay? I need my gallbladder removed. That's routine. You should be fine. Celeste had that surgery and was back to normal in a week. She didn't visit. Jasper answered on the fourth ring. Hey Mom, what's up? I'm in the hospital. Having surgery tomorrow. What kind of surgery? Gallbladder removal. I'm scared. That sucks. Do you need me to call someone for you? I need you. I'm actually at dinner with Celeste's family right now. Can I call you tomorrow? He didn't call. Indigo was the worst. Mom, you need to stop being so dramatic. Celeste says gallbladder surgery is no big deal and you'll be fine. Even facing surgery, she was quoting their stepmother. Not one came to see me at the hospital. Not one sent a dime. When I fell behind on rent 2 months later, I asked for help. You know what I got? Hope you figure it out. From the same mouths that once cried out whenever I was going out, Mommy, don't go. When they were kids. A week later, Ophelia called with news. Mom, I wanted you to hear this from me first. Celeste is pregnant. The words hit me like a truck. Pregnant? Yeah. Dad is so excited. We're all excited. It'll be nice to have a little brother or sister. What about me? What about the fact that I'm your mother? You'll always be our mother, but Celeste is our family now. This baby will complete our family. That's when I said something I'll never regret. No, Ophelia. You completed my family 16 years ago when you were born. But clearly I was never enough to complete yours. That's not fair. You're right. It's not fair. It's not fair that I gave up my career to raise you. It's not fair that I sacrificed my youth and dreams so you could have everything you needed. It's not fair that when your father traded me in for a newer model, you decided she was an upgrade too. Mom, I'm done pretending this is normal. I'm done acting like it's okay that my biological children replaced me with their stepmother. I'm done being grateful for scraps of attention from the people I gave birth to. That night, I posted something on Facebook I'd never had the courage to say before. To my 3 biological children, congratulations on your new family. I hope your stepmother's baby receives the unconditional love you decided I didn't deserve. Someday, when you have children of your own, I hope they show you the same loyalty you showed me. Within hours, it had been shared hundreds of times. Other mothers started commenting with their own stories of being replaced by stepmothers. The post went viral. A journalist contacted me. Then another. Then a morning show wanted an interview. I started speaking publicly about the hidden epidemic of biological mothers being discarded by their children who prefer their stepmothers. My children were furious about the publicity. You're embarrassing our family. Ophelia screamed over the phone. I'm not your family anymore, remember? Celeste is your family. You're being vindictive. I'm being honest. Dorian threatened to sue me for defamation. I told him to go ahead, every word I'd said was true and documented. The publicity destroyed their perfect image. People started recognizing them as that family who abandoned the biological mother for the stepmother. Celeste's pregnancy became stressful as people questioned her role in breaking up our family. But something beautiful happened through all this pain. I found my real family. Women from around the world reached out to me. Mothers who'd been replaced. Fathers who'd been forgotten. Children who'd been abandoned for new families. Slowly, I rebuilt a life that wasn't centered around people who didn't value me. 2 years later, Jasper called. Mom, can we talk? Of course. I miss you. I miss you too. I think we made a mistake. We got caught up in how easy things were with Celeste, and we forgot how much you sacrificed for us. What's changed? Celeste's baby arrived. And suddenly all her attention went to him. She doesn't have time for us anymore. And Dad is completely obsessed with his new son. The irony was crushing. They'd replaced me, and now they'd been replaced. So you want me back because your stepmother found something better? We want you back because we realized what we lost. What did you lose, Jasper? Our real mom. It took months of family therapy, but we started rebuilding something. Not the old relationship where I sacrificed everything and they took it for granted, but something new. A relationship with boundaries. Where my love wasn't unconditional, but earned. Where they had to prove they valued me, not just assume I'd always be available. Ophelia and Indigo eventually joined the therapy sessions. It was hard work, and there were setbacks, but we're building something real now. At 54, I've learned something crucial. Being a biological mother doesn't entitle you to your children's love. And being someone's child doesn't entitle you to unconditional forgiveness. Love has to be mutual. Respect has to be earned. Family has to be chosen every day. My children learned that replacing people isn't the same as improving your life. I learned that my worth isn't determined by whether my children choose me. Here's what I want other biological mothers to understand. Sometimes the stepmother isn't the villain. Sometimes she's just a woman who happened to fall in love with a man who had children. But when biological children completely replace their birth parent with a step-parent, that's not about love. That's about convenience, comfort, and often, money. Real love doesn't make you choose. Real love doesn't require you to erase someone else to make room for new love. I don't regret the years I spent fighting for my children's love. But I regret the years I spent accepting less than I deserved because I thought biological bonds were unbreakable. They're not. Blood doesn't guarantee loyalty. DNA doesn't ensure love. And sometimes the family that shares your genes isn't the family that honors your worth.
This is Family or Not, where we share stories that no one wants to talk about at family dinners.